Well, howdy, howdy to you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Happy subscriber date night, everyone. It is the most fun of the entire week for me, anyway. I get to ride on your guys's coattails of vibrations, and it's always a good time. And literally, the only time I get to feel like myself, especially this last year. So I thank you for being here. I thank you for being my soft place to land for my heart. So let's see what's going on here tonight for date night. If you're new here, I'm going to go ahead and get us a general reading out on the table. And especially if you are live and you're getting questions answered tonight because you're a subscriber, know that if you're listening to the message or the message resonated with you, that information that I give to the people that are asking specific questions, there's always something in there for us, even if it's not our particular question or if it's not intended for us. If you're here, you're part of the vibrational frequency, then there's something in that for you, even if it's not on this timeline. Okay, guys, wow. Well, we do have our transformation energy. We do have Pluto in retrograde, as we know here, I believe through October. This is the 53 card. That might have to do with your age, but of course it would add up to an 8, which is our internal yin and yang energy being the magnet for the attraction of the energy of what we're pulling in. And if we want to change things in our exterior world, we raise our vibration, we adjust our own vibration to what it is that we want to receive. And on the bottom of the deck here, it's a 26. So in essence, I don't know if that's also someone's age. It could be a day of the month. It could be someone's birthday. These can be Jersey numbers, 53 and 26. It's an 88 energy. So tonight, speaking of the tower energy, because 8 and 8 is 16, which is the major arcana of the tower, Mars energy, something sudden and unexpected. We have, with the planet Uranus, a cazimi tomorrow morning here Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's around 10:30, 10:24. So 10:24 a.m., the heart of the sun will line up with Uranus, the planet of revolution. It can also be the planet of shock and surprises. So I'm not surprised to see the 16 of the tower here energy turning up, but this feels like a good one because we've got the transformation energy here. It looks like something that you've been hoping for and connected to, and there's kind of some wings trying to emerge from her back. Maybe this is when you get your spiritual wings. Maybe this is a spiritual upgrade coming in for you. We've also got some really pretty crystals there in the bottom 2 corners. So you might want to have crystals underneath your pillow, especially ones that are lavender. So like amethyst, rose gold, maybe some lapis lazuli there under your pillow tonight for that planet of Uranus lining up with the heart of the sun. Any planet that does that's called a cazimi. It's a pretty big deal here. And what digit that is, it's at the second lesson of Gemini, which is, get this, Santa Claus filling stockings furtively. It feels like a good surprise. Santa Claus filling our stockings, that's always a thumbs up. The meaning of that is that a clear belief unfolds in the dependability of universal abundance. So before I even looked at that meaning and reminded myself there, I said, it looks like you're what you've been wishing for here. It's kind of like, I don't know if you're old enough to remember going through the Sears catalog for your Christmas shopping list when you were little. Anybody else remember that? Hey, Judy Jude. Miss Brandy's here at the party. I know Diana's off on vacation with her sister, but maybe we'll see him pop in. Well, hello to you, Light 11. Thanks for being here. You're in the right place here, especially if we have been really manifesting, really working on our vibrational frequency here. If you have filled your own cup and have matched the frequency of what it is that you asked for, I feel like Santa Claus is getting ready to fill that stocking here. Maybe somebody else's stockings will get filled some other kind of way, but that's maybe for a later conversation. Now, with the energy on the bottom of the deck and the environment, it's saying full spectrum. And see here how this character has, you can see all of the chakras here. So this is meditation, that's getting ourselves in alignment. And because the card energy there has orange around it, and then of course 8 being the strength card energy, Leo. I draw all my notes for Leo energy in orange. So this feels like something that you are creating. Something is the harvest of that wish is coming in and coming true. And then there's also this purple feature right above her third eye with that amethyst that I was talking about right there. So being ready to receive, and there's all those little lightning bolts. That's the Uranus Sun Cazimi tomorrow morning. In addition, we have Venus, the planet of love. Probably you'll be asleep when that happens. 2:31 a.m. in the morning, squaring or challenging Neptune. And that is going to be at the symbol of Neptune as two lovers strolling through a secluded walk. Again, about balancing our inner masculine and feminine polarities. If you're in that vibration of balance, get ready for the gifty to be coming in there. With that square with Neptune and love, the Venus of love, we have a cat arguing with a mouse as the Venus symbol there, and making our self-serving claims upon the world without apology. I asked for this, I shall receive it. I can feel it coming. 51, the sound of the universe. And I also said, if you've been working on raising your heart frequency there, your vibration, that is the card of 31 of home. I like it, guys. There's that awakened awareness. I have not seen that card come out for us for quite a while. So let's go ahead and use our fire deck here with the moon energy, because the moon is in Leo. Today is a 9-day. So if you're a 9 life path, or maybe your person is, maybe your loved ones that are in the house that you're sharing, we've got the Hermit energy, and then this transformation here right on the bottom of the deck as well. So let's go ahead and put our reading out. You guys are coming in as 10 of Wands. Been getting a ton of 10s lately. Mercury is at 10 degrees as we speak, uncovering our majestic power in the symbol of an airplane falling. And that's about mastering our lower natures, or our yang energy, and using our skills of focusing the mind. Okay, so this is all about what we've manifested here. Now, 10 of Wands is about willingly carrying the load. Okay, it's you've gathered that firewood, he's got his eyeball on the porch. He's getting ready to set that down, but this is something that you're telling me you willingly carried, and you might be a single mom, single dad here of the whole household, with that Queen of Pentacles coming in. So the situation in itself is pre-Empress energy. That's abundance. Right there, right there. What you've asked for, it does feel like it's coming in. So I ain't mad at that at all. It's especially if you've been carrying this load. It's like a karmic balance, right? I won't be surprised if we see the 11 energy of justice. Let's see what our opportunity is. Speaking of 11, here's our 11-11 energy. So the opportunity is for celebration. This is a one-to-one relationship of whatever label that you put on it. Okay. Partnership, marriage, bestie. This could be a business partner as well, but you're each putting in the same effort. Okay, and energy wands, especially if you've been towing the line all by yourself here for quite a while. If you've been manifesting partnership, there's definitely an opportunity here. Let's see what's driving that 10 of wands, which is our hermit energy on the bottom. And that's really examining. I think I just said to someone today, we'll see if she pops on. Ferocious ambition. There's Di. Happy vacation time. Thank you for popping in here and saying that. Appreciate it. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi to your sister as well. You're looking at what you've been willingly carrying here, guys, and you're about ready to transform into this pre-empress energy there with the Queen of Pentacles. So I was going to say, I don't know if that's a new job for someone, but you've already been working here at this. So you've been doing the work of two people, but in a singular fashion. With no complaints here, it seems as if you're like, what's inside my lantern here is the star. It's not my dream to carry it all, but right now, for whatever reason, you need to be. But that we got transformation twice already, barely into the reading. So power cards there for Virgo. Today is a 9-day, which is a soul code chakra, getting downloads from our guides. Okay. And then that's a sister energy of the moon. And then we have the Scorpio power card there of that transformation into this Queen of Pentacles. You got some money coming in. All right. Let's look at, and then recent past here, a lover's energy, a choice was made. I said, this is a burden you're willingly carrying here. You're willingly carrying the load of this examination. That's a deep examination of looking at my past efforts. It's a very wise person, the Hermit energy. I don't know if you're coming out of a period of darkness or out of a dark night of the soul, perhaps, especially with this lover's energy coming up. Let's see okay. Yeah, perhaps. So in the recent past, if this reading is for you, you've recently made a choice regarding a very deep soul tie. Okay, it felt like you're carrying the burden all by yourself here, and the Hermit is looking at that journey. Heart of the reading, well, if we already had the pre-empress energy, so the heart of the reading is because you've gotten here to this 9 of Pentacles of independence. That's how the situation for the Queen of Pentacles shows up, because the Hermit's all about steps. So if we have 9 steps, 9 life paths. Okay. The 9th step of the Hermit is reaching this independence energy. Then we get to spiritually graduate towards the Queen of Pentacles, which then converts. The next step from that would be the Empress. So you've released an old soul bond here. Or there's just been a shocking surprise or a new turn of events. That's what that feels like. A shocking turn of events. Uranus, Cazimi of the sun. A shocking turn of events. Let's see what's driving your independence here. 21 energy. Today is the 21st. I say it all the time, but again, energy is cyclical. So know that even if you're not joining us tonight for the live, or you're catching this replay a year from now, this is the same energy that'll be cycling through again. So because in this independent state, whoever this reading is for, you made a decision to successfully end a cycle for your own transformation, this is the gifty coming in here. This is that insight coming in, because this is the card of Saturn. Daddy Sadie challenges us big time, but then he also gives us the reward for our effort. And there's definitely been effort put in here. If you've been towing the line by yourself, it feels like that's changing here with this opportunity for shared partnership. And the near future, we have the high priestess here. So Piscean energy, that's a little bit of the in-between energy. And notice here the opportunity. There's one person in the in-between, and then there's this second person that hasn't yet entered the in-between. Interesting. Okay. They could be the ones burying themselves in their work, or they can be the apprentice here learning about balanced actions. Okay, let's see what's driving that high priestess, someone from the past coming into the present to affect our future here. This is someone that you already know, you intuitively have felt this coming. And we say it all the time, you've got to get independent here and pour into your own heart's cup so that the overfill will create a need for that 2 of cups of the matching frequency. This, whatever shock this is in this update of this deep soul tie here, I feel like you could feel it coming, but you knew you had to complete a cycle first in order to have your hand open to the universe to receive it. Kudos. And in the blocked position, raising consciousness. This is on the table. This is the special 22 card of the deck. That could simply be, this is waiting for a 4-day energy. Okay, for the next update, what's driving that raising consciousness? Okay, we get the upgrade. See how I was just talking about the creating the need for the second cup? She's holding 2 cups here, and that's alchemizing, tempering the energy back and forth. And with that, the converting the pain into wisdom, then comes the raising consciousness. We get that dark night of the soul energy, the aha, the benefit from taking that long journey. This could be that soulmate person here on the yang side of the board, finally getting their aha, or being able to understand why certain alchemies have worked for them and why some have not. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know here. The star energy. So where'd we talk about that? Because I did. With the purple energy here. The 53 of transformation being the tower, the 88. The star is indicative of the tower's already happened. This surprise has already happened, and we already had that confirmed there in the recent past of this lover's energy. Let's see what's driving this hope, this wish, this dream. I said she's hoping there. She's tethered back to that dream. That's a very like the light seers tarot. You guys know the light seers tarot. That energy, that purple card, you see her like in the same position on the ground, but she's tethered, right? She has her hope connected to. This is an active dream, and there are even stars there in that card as well. And we've got that showing up as in what Spirit wants us to know today. What's driving that dream? Divine timing is here. Your own energy balancing. You knew you had to get rid of something, an old job to get the new one, right? We can't get what we've been manifesting if we're still in the midst of something else, right? That's blocking its path. So whoever I'm reading for today, you did the work here. You ended the cycle, you found your independence, and here comes your gifty. So like I always say, what's meant for you will never pass you by, but we can certainly delay the hell out of it because we're hanging on to the old thing that we feel safe in, even if it feels awful. But when you let go and when you step into that energy of, okay, I knew this day would come here. It's like the reverse of the Sad Eyes song. You knew there'd come a day when we would have to say goodbye. I feel like this is the flip of that. You knew there'd come a day that this was coming back around again, but you had to go learn, your lessons and have enough faith that the universe will always bring you what you deserve. The faith is in letting go of the what you didn't want so that your hand could be open. So those of you that have done that, here it comes. Here's the potential outcome. Look at his hand. He's receiving the actual tangible 3D pentacle of time, money, energy, resources, effort, okay, talents, skills, maybe even a new home. Maybe your home has sold, or you were able to get out of a lease, or you finished a lease of completion here, and now you're able to walk towards that dream. And what is being delivered here? There are 2 sailboats, which for me are soulmate energy, attached to this person who is kind of burying themselves in work or being the apprentice of looking back at their 9 steps, understanding what worked, what didn't work, closing out what did not work. Now they're trying to come into their own lemniscate of balance there with that infinity loop. You're already ready to receive by changing your frequency. That notifies the energy of the same magnetic frequency. Okay, looks like magnets, right? How that energy works. Now that alerts them, okay, now I've got to balance my energy. And then this divine timing here comes the wish. Wow. Okay, I want to see what else here. Outcome, energy, and the potential. We are receiving this extra pentacle, this message, this information out of nowhere, bookending the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And that at the heart of the outcome energy there, we don't have to clutch on so tightly. Okay, when our creative energy, or I mentioned the orange in that fire card, that's our sacral chakra of creativity. When we are vibrating in that frequency, we own it, right? See how he's sitting on top of that? It's something that we can hold on to. Nobody can take our frequency from us. That's under our control at all times. Now let's see what's driving that. What holding on to what? Our creativity, as in holding on to the fact that it is my choice to change my perception here. 5 of Cups, more Scorpio energy, which is interesting because we have that as a situation of transformation. This is about, I don't need to hold on or squander it. Well, okay. Did you guys go dark there for a second? Creative arts. How are you? I hope that you went back and found your reading at the end of the last live you came to. I did put that in there for you, so I hope you found it. Absolutely. So, guys, we are seeing here that our wish fulfillment, okay, and when we expect that happiness, that wish fulfillment to come, instead of holding on to any kind of fear that it's not, it is our choice. We own that choice, whether to focus on the spilt milk or whether we turn and do our 180 and take those 2 cups and walk across the bridge. And more Scorpio. Geez, what do we got in Scorpio? We don't have anything in Scorpio right now. So I tend to see an extra surge of energy when there's no planets or even asteroids, as I'm looking at my motherboard here, occupying that energy. So it kind of frees up the energy for other things to come in. This is the inevitable judgment call. So that might even be with this potential outcome here. the next special 20 day, which is going to be around the top of June. Okay, we only have a few more 20 days for the rest of the year. They happen once a month, but not for every month. Okay. And I did include that in my write-up the last time we had a special 20 day, which is the path of notoriety. So this is wish fulfillment here, something recycling back around. The difference is our shift in perception. We're not focusing on what was lost. That shifts our internal energy, ending a cycle of a completion here, choosing an ending to go towards independence. And that shifts the energy then, being able to receive this time what Archangel Gabriel's bringing back around for us. So like I said, we can put it off, but we've got to wait for that next energetic surge for the planets to line up just right again and be able to aspect our own personal birth charts in that way that we're ready to receive it. So if you have emptied your hands of one thing, those of you who have done that, big round of applause there, because your gifty's coming in here. Your gifty's coming in. All right, guys, let me go ahead and see what this gift might be for each of us, or what this transformation might be with that full spectrum. I was thinking full circle. Something's come back full circle here, especially that you just knew that it would. Okay, you knew that was going to come back around. All right, let's look at, actually, I use my pink oracle deck that I'll be using for you tonight for your questions, because I found it very helpful in my love song readings. I was trying something new. If you saw those, the first one was the Annie Lennox song, No More I Love Yous. So I went into the story of what had happened was for that song, and also for the Vanessa Williams song, You Went and Saved the Best for Last. It's maybe a continuation of that energy. Something you always knew was going to come back around. We just didn't know when, and we didn't quite understand how much our energy affects that being able to come in for us. Okay. Whoever this reading is for, yep, cross. So it says religious beliefs, spirituality, surrender. That's divine feminine energy. And we've got two cards here that are staircasing up towards your Empress energy, which is all about surrender. Our surrender will be the full moon on the 31st of December. And this is the battle between this cross with the church energy there. Five of Pentacles is coming to mind of, I know there's help there available, but I don't know how to access it. So this feels like that crossroads. And this, I'm just looking at that light shining here. This is the spiritual upgrade, the understanding of why it played out the way that it played out. On the bottom of the deck, that might feel like being manipulated or being held in someone else's hands. And there's the karmic justice energy. So if you felt like, why am I carrying this burden? Those of you who have made the choice here to look at why that is, we saw with the, internal battle of taming our own inner beast with that 8 energy. That was what was mentally controlling us here. That feels like a 8, 9, 10 of swords kind of energy. Now, with the sun being in Gemini and that being on the bottom of the deck, we're literally in the 8 swords environmentally. We might feel kind of stuck in our head. If you've been noticing yourself ruminating over this spilt milk energy, for sure, we need to get into the energy of, I know why now that had to happen. I've come full circle on this. I totally get it. I'm ready for the sound of the universe here. 51 energy being a 6. I'm ready for the lover. Okay, I'm ready for round 2. You felt this coming. And then I did mention at the top of the reading, I won't be surprised if I see the Justice card, and there it is. Making decisions based on what is right, equality, balance, truth, and fairness. We see that we were the ones pulling the puppet strings all along of our own self. The fear is the puppet strings. It's been a hot minute. The dark night of the soul is definitely quite a journey. And look at that, where Mercury is right this second, an airplane falling from the sky. The conversation. This is discovering oneself, embarking on a journey, possibly moving, like I said, making a change of some sort. Wonderful energy, guys. I love it. Go ahead for me and put in the chat box there if you're here tonight. Let me grab my glasses. I saw creative arts there. I know I have my glove. I was going to say, I noted. I knew they were here somewhere. Aw, thanks, Diana. I hope you guys are having a ball. I'm sure you are. I mean, who doesn't have a ball? Like, that is my happy place, is the ocean. So with tomorrow being the 1-year anniversary, I mean, I don't like to celebrate those kinds of dates. I've been feeling it since April 19th, which was the day of the start of the hell. And I cannot believe it's been a year, you guys. I cannot believe it. But talking to the kids, and we are going to travel to Destin and celebrate the heavenly birthday and take his ashes there. So I think that'll be a lovely thing. All right. That is totally okay. We'll catch you on the next one, Miss Di. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're here too, Miss Judy Jude. Get my attention with a heart, that helps me out. The wishing. Miss L's Life Path 9. No wonder she's so wise. It's like they're born wise. Well, we all are born with access to that, but then she's lucky she has you as a mom, because you would never talk her out of it, right? It's like, yep, kids just know things. We don't know how they know them, and it can be uncanny. But as long as we ask questions and encourage it, understand that not all imaginary friends are actually imaginary. Consider that. Okay, let me come back up here to, I got creative arts. Used to be my favorite class. I think that's what they called home ec after they got rid of the name home ec. Miss Brandy there with your red. Got you. Thank you. Thank you. An hour and a half from Destin? Really? I did not know that. Well, I'll hit you up and talk to you about that, because I'm gonna be there for a little bit. So so far I've got creative arts and brandy on the docket. So we'll start off with creative arts here. And I thought it'd be fun tonight to use the Sun and Gemini, the air dice, and then with the moon in Leo, the fire dice. I'll get you a message from my ancient book. All right, 26, which was full spectrum. So I feel like creative arts there. I feel like I need to now look at that 26 a little bit more. Something about balancing your chakras there. And then we have a Merkaba on the bottom there, which is the soul's chariot. That's when our head and heart are in alignment. You might have felt like you've come full circle regarding something here. This is the Izzy Ivy Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. And these are all paintings by one artist, creating heaven on earth by the perfection of nature's cycles, going beyond the judgment of good and bad. So we're getting away from dualistic thinking. That's a very negative way to think. We're healing duality, meaning when we place the word or, okay, we need to say yes, and this is also true. Okay, so it looks like that's what's being healed here, the merging of duality. Earth wisdom, connecting to ancestors, understanding that our shadow selves are the fertile soil for exponential growth. And the way forward is in the whisperings of the land and by honoring the full spectrum of life. This is the daddy saddy reward for the bigger lesson. If we want heaven on earth in partnership, we've got to give it to ourselves first. So, and then that way we're the vibrational frequency of attracting that in. This is about, there's a lot of harmony here. So instead of avoiding the shadow, this is a freedom to see it and go, oh, okay. It's not about pushing it away or shaming ourselves. It's about accepting that that is here to teach us and seeing how our one-to-one connections with that opportunity being the Four of Wands there, the 1111 card, seeing that as the opportunity of it's not all about love. It's about seeing the aspects of ourself that we need to heal through that other person. We think it's them, right? Be careful what you think is annoying in another person because it's probably something we're not aware of in ourselves. I know nobody likes to hear that. Okay. Oh, I got you, Miss Judy. All right, creative art. So there's an extra 26, huh? Okay, 26. Full spectrum. Now, we did have the death and transformation as the situation, the environmental energy, and there are some skulls here in the earth. It's like using that to till the soil. Okay, so creative arts, we got the Nine of Swords, celebration of the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and then the Tower energy. This is the end of confusion, the end of rumination. It feels like our hearts are clearing up. And then what that does is frees our energy there for being spoiled for choice. And there's the 8. So again, the 26 being the energy of 8. It looks like you've been doing some inner work here. Let's find out what's driving these energies. All right, here, I want to see. Driving the Nine of Swords is taking a lot of strength and balance here to not stay in an energy of ruminating. It's like our mental state gets the better of us sometimes here. And we've got that Eight of Pentacles showing up again. That hard work, what you've been working on, this wish fulfillment by raising your frequency there with friends, having a good time, getting out and about, that then it can be driven by the Nine of Cups. Okay. Now, this Tower energy, there's this shocking, some kind of shocking transformation here. Again, with the Death card moving from the chrysalis, and you can see the wings there of the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. And then we had that in the reading in the environmental energy there in the recent past. So some kind of surprise. Okay, and the heart of the environment Four of Pentacles, near future energy, Queen of Wands. So Mars energy. Mars, today we've got steps up to a lawn blooming with clover. Clover came out on one of those song readings. I knew I mentioned that for a reason. I don't have those handy. I wish I remembered. I think it was the second one. I think it was Save the Best for Last. Heart of the reading, divine timing here is being presented to you now where our fortune can change. And again, the high priestess energy being driven by Mars energy. So intuition coming online here, especially because I did mention the skulls and we got that death card coming up again in the recent past, driving this tower, something that was over. The block being Six of Swords. We are blocked from moving into calmer waters here at the moment. And maybe that's your reason you're coming in here is Nine of Swords, that rumination, that worry. Okay. Worrying is useless, honey. When we have anxiety about what may happen, that's like in between the radio stations, that's static. And that's lower vibrational. That's like devil frequency energy, which is the sister of the lovers. But we've got to, again, alchemize something that ended and understand the wisdom in that. This is spirits trying to get you to move to calmer waters here. But for whatever reason, whatever this upheaval was, it's still, the dust is kind of settling kind of feeling here. Driving that Queen of Cups. The dust is settling about love because with the Queen of Cups in reverse, I don't know if a love relationship has ended, but the Queen of Cups in reverse on the exterior of you, on the outside of you, and the whole reading, I said we got to have our cup held up there and empty. So maybe you just are not yet seeing that the reason the most love in the entire deck around you has not been given to you is because there was something better trying to come in. Wish fulfillment and celebration energy. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Four of Cups. If you don't like the three cups you've been given in love, we don't see that the universe is trying to offer us the Ace of Cups, right? So in order to kind of counteract those three cups that you didn't like, this is how we do that. Okay. If we were disappointed in love, we've got to then counter that by enjoying the love that we do have through friendships, sisterhood. Okay. Celebration. Driving that Four of Cups is a Seven of Swords. So this is like, see how his arms are crossed? And it's like, okay. This is like, I don't like what I've gotten, but it's because it was for the best of the higher good here. Whatever love was not given or whatever love was cut short here, it's because there's something else that's trying to come in, and your cup had to be open here for you to be able to receive what the universe is trying to give you here. So I don't know if they're still hanging on to it, because the heart of the reading is Four of Pentacles, which can be, I'm just watching my money, I'm watching my financials, or I'm really trying to better manage my time. And why am I industrial? Whatever that outside static was, that's what's creating the block here. It doesn't have to be this hard. Like trying to fit trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. There's our square peg. And if we want that new spark, Ace of Wands, again, we can't be holding a cup here that's not for us, or else we have to wait for the planets to align then for the next time. What's driving that Ace of Wands? Passion, It'll come in fast, but either someone, we're still hanging on to the pain of this. We're still kind of in the dismantling part of this separation. But Spirit's trying to get you there. They're trying to get you to be thankful for the cups that you do have. And if this is actually someone who kind of snuck away and didn't put the work in, maybe they snuck away for their own wish fulfillment, and you're like, thanks a lot. That was purposeful, so the universe could have your hands empty to receive here. Let me get you some advice. Yeah, there's the manifestation of this passion driven by the Hanged Man. It's waiting on you. Okay, that's enlightenment here. So 12 is where we pause for the cause, and 12, that'd be a 33 energy. So maybe the next master teacher number. We're learning this lesson here, especially uncovering fresh new dimensions of life. And then with that Uranus surprise of Santa wanting to fill our stocking. Gotta empty that cup, babe. All right, let's get you some, let me get some context here and finish you out. What is the Seven of Swords here? What does Spirit want creative to know? Seven of Swords driving the Four of Cups. Yeah. We can't hold on to something dissatisfying, cross our arms and be pissed when this weren't it. This is the most love in the entire deck was the block. It was like, no, this is meant to transform, and only once your hand is empty, though. A passionate emotional connection between partners, often involving attraction, desire, and commitment. You think so? I think so. I think so. Okay. And in the environmental energy, yeah, no wonder. Death, love cup turned upside down. Someone trying to skate away, but you need to for their happiness, but you need to understand it was for your best and highest good as well. Disharmony for them. The mismatch of different perspectives, ideas, or actions, a conflict between people, ideas, or elements. So let me know if that resonates for you there. And definitely sending you some love. Those towers of life certainly aren't easy, but remember the 8-8 of the 16 of the tower is here for us, this surprise. All right. I hope that helped you out. And don't forget to go back and check that last reading I did for you. They may be connected in some way. Yeah. All right. Up next, we got Miss Branda. Miss Brandy. And then also creative, the number 26. Okay, Miss Brandy, let's get you started here. If you have a certain question you want me to focus on. Oh, thank you, Judy. Yes, please double tap the screen. Thank you for liking the video. I appreciate that energetic exchange. And if I do pull cards for you, I really appreciate those of you who come back and either timestamp your spot or just say, hey, girl. Hey, girl, thanks. Okay, I'll get you in general here. Queen of Swords. I can pick that up on the split. Okay, itching to explore here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I gotta come back and look at our dice. Okay, I'm gonna keep that there. Number 4, Miss Brandy, please. Sun and Moon. Sun 7 and Moon 3, so 73. That's going to be the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. We've got Chariot energy and Empress energy. So the delivery of our heart's greatest intentions. Okay. Justice energy there. And I think that Tower energy is just going to come in a lot simply because of that Uranus Cazimi. The sound of the universe. 73. 73. All right. Well, there's your 3. So you're coming in as the 3 of Pentacles there, as there's a springboard, especially with that Page of Wands on the pre-shuffle. What's the springboard for? The 3 of the Empress. So we've got 33 energy here for you as well, which would be the 6 of the Lovers, or a choice possibly. Situation 4 of Pentacles, opportunity to walk away from 7 of Swords. Let's see what that's about. Well, there's your situation driving your 4 of Pentacles. Using your fuck it stick. This is like hanging on to what I got, right? Love is what I got. I said, remember that. What is that? Who is that? Love is what I got. Queen of Swords, discernment about this choice to look over your shoulder as you're walking away. Okay. 4 of Wands here in the recent past. 3 of Wands at the heart of the reading, manifesting something new. So it feels like your energy is balanced out here for this springboard. And then there's our 7 here. We got a 77 as well. The 7 of Pentacles. And these are 2 cards of waiting. I rolled you 73, and here we have 37. So 10-10 portal energy. You've got to be the one to use your legs to walk into the portal, right? Or to walk onto that new timeline. Okay. Let's see here. Would have been 10 of Cups in the recent past, driving that 4 of Wands. I like that. Heart of the energy. There's the 77 or the 14 of Temperance. That is driving the heart of the reading with the the 3 of Wands. This manifestation. It's like I'm waiting for the wisdom to come in, and that's the opportunity here. It's kind of like this bonks you on the head, and you're like, okay, gotta go. What's the 7 of Pentacles being driven by? There's your independent energy, pre-Empress. And we've already had the environment of the Empress energy. The 3 of Pentacles, too, is a bit of when the student is ready, the teacher appears. This could be a lesson in love. Again, with Venus squaring Neptune, we've got making our self-serving claims upon the world without apology. Venus is at 4 Cancer. And that's where that square happens with the dream. And it's like the difference between a dream or Delulu, right? And this feels like I've been waiting on this dream, and here it comes. Near future, you're already at a 7 of Pentacles. It feels like you're further here than you're giving yourself credit for, because the 9 comes in pretty swiftly to support the seeds that you've already planted, and they were planted in a balanced energy. So your manifestation here of healing, this Temperance takes a long time. This has taken a long time to get here. The block, 2 of Swords being driven by the 9 of Wands. And that one's pretty easy, even for a first day tarot reader. That would be willful blindness of no choice is still a choice, or choosing to go around that same path again is just going to leave me even more tired than I was before. So with that on the in the blocked position, if we go left, and we've always gone left, expect another round, but you can write that energy here, and with the healing coming in as the heart of the environmental energy, this Two of Swords includes the balsamic moon, which is about healing and about tempering down, right? Like culminations. Okay, what does Spirit want you to know? Four of Cups and outcome energy, Nine of Swords, Six of Swords, and Five of Wands. I would say with this manifestation being the heart of your reading, honey, like this is saying we've got to get clear. Nine of Swords is going to be bookending this Five of Wands. We've got to get clear about what that dream is, because remember, the Five of Wands, you're trying to form a star with those sticks. And for this transformation to happen, we need to get a little bit more specific here. And this is a card of travel. We've got to actually do the movement of something different than before, of that Two of Swords. We got to take and trust the different path. What Spirit wants you to know is our Four of Cups here is being driven. What you're unhappy with is a current situation here. Something like it's as far as you're going to be able to go, and what this is. And the whole situation is, I'm holding on to something when I really want to use that fucking stick. And with our manifestation, we got to heal the way that we manifest, not from a place of rumination and not really being clear on what it is that we want. But I feel like, I mean, that's a old person there with his cats, and it's like this family showing up at the door, but it doesn't feel like a very, like, you're like I don't really like it, but I'm holding on to it at the same time. 44 energy. The full moon, the blue moon in Sag is at 4 degrees 44. And what I didn't notice, I was like, holy shit, I think I saw it yesterday. Yeah, Wednesday night, 11:33 p.m., you guys, last night, Eastern Standard, the nodes of fate hit 4 degrees 44. So it's an important degree. Adding up to a 12, that's a 180. It's something completely different, honey. Driving the Nine of Swords is Queen of Pentacles. Is that this old person here? Near future is you've been planting the seeds for your independence here for a while. Okay, driving the Six of Swords is the Six of Pentacles. You seeing all these double numbers here? Another 12, 66. And driving the star, the Five of Wands. What'd I say? Got to get clear about what you're tangibly manifesting here, because when our infinity loop inside is out of balance, then we're not clear on exactly what it is that we're specifically manifesting. Manifesting balance, calmer waters, but we actually got to make the different decision and not go down that same worn out path that's already got you tired. This is a brand new path, babe. Clarify Queen of Swords, driven by Seven of Swords. I just saw the moon energy too. Yeah, you already know this. It's just like, let your stars inside the lantern, let that desire guide the way. And I was pulling on clarification for Seven of Swords there, and I got Seven of Wands. This is about boundaries and standing up for what it is that you want. Okay, you're the wise one here in this dynamic, and you need to push against whatever is unsatisfactory, but then we're kind of still hanging on to it at the same time. Okay. I say trust that. Trust the fuck it stick. Yeah, for victory. So we're pushing back on any kind of arguing. This, again, Gemini energy, uncovering our own majestic power. This could happen during Sun and Gemini time, even while Mercury's in Gemini, which will move a lot faster than the Sun. And we are examining Two of Cups. What is fair and balanced and what is not. Okay. And that's how we push back on somebody that's Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. We push back on maybe someone from the outside giving their 2 cents here, and they maybe interject fast. It's fast energy. And then you push back on that because it feels like you're like, I wasn't asking for your advice. The Hermit is silent. You're like, I didn't ask you to pitch in on this, to pipe in. But you got victory coming up here, being in transformation, driven by the Six of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Yeah. Victory after a long battle over what should I do? What should I do? Over the confusion. Lean in towards the change, because then that's going to bring love as well. Okay. Especially, you've been planting that seed for a while, honey. It's coming in here for you. Let me get this is where the Lenormand meets tarot. What's the seed that's planted here with this independence in the near future for Brandy? Signs and symbols that this is on its way. And once you put your order in, let it be. Hey, Miss Peg, with the purple hearts. Once you put your order in, let it be. Don't check on your order. Freedom from your mind, freedom from anybody putting their 2 cents in, like the cage that they're invisible bars, right? The invisible bars of society, the invisible bars of familial ties, of relationship ties, whatever we feel like is holding us back, the ability to move without restriction and a liberation from obstacles. Yeah, baby, you're due, babe. You're due. There's Miss Crystal. Hey, babe. I hope you're having a better week this week. I hope that helps you out, Brandy. Peg, you don't need to be sorry about being late. You do you, boo. We know you're always here energetically. Judy's up next, and then it looks like I got Miss Peg and Crystal. Brandy, if it feels like, yeah, a sense of I'm not sure what to do, but well, justice is helping you out. We just got to get more clear on our manifestation. That's it. Like, be more specific. Don't be in the energy of fear. Like, I hope this comes in. You got to already feel like you have it. I know you know how to manifest. All right. Sometimes we just maybe need to switch it up a little bit. So if you're a sit down, cross-legged, crisscross applesauce manifester, maybe try a walking meditation, or vice versa. If you always are kind of out and about, which I know you are, maybe try that stillness. Okay, maybe try a different location. Something more peaceful. Make sure your cup is full first so that spirit can give you the one that we saw there at the end of that reading. All right. Let something else we're done with that journey like we saw in that 10 of Pentacles. Nothing more for you to uncover there, so to speak. Okay. Well, let's see what else. You're so welcome, babe. You're so welcome. No question, Judy says, you do you. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, that tends to. Yeah, I know, Crystal. Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh, it's so gut wrenching, especially I was constantly at my grandparents. Like I don't know how she's because there was a lot of us. I mean, there was like at that time 14 grandkids all around the same age, and we'd all be like, "Can we stay the night?" Everybody wants to come over, and like literally, we just it's okay. Well, get out the sleeping bags and the popcorn machine. What was that? Do they even have those anymore? Popcorn machine. That was a old thought. Popcorn machine. Don't forget to look for the number 73 also, Brandy. Popcorn machine. Okay. Hmm. I don't know why that one's sticking in my craw there. All right, Miss Judy Jude. Let me get some numbers out for you. Oh, 73. Hang on. This thing is falling apart. It is like barely hanging on here. Symbol. Um, dartboard. Or like what are those things called? Yeah, like when you play darts. Bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. 3 indicates action, initiative. It's an arrow. You have to arrow for Saggy. You have to aim straight, shoot at the proper time, and act quickly. And take dead aim at the bullseye. Go right for it. Now it's that little Page of Wands energy. Okay. Hope that was satisfactory, Spirit. Okay, for Miss Judy Jude. Numbers she needs to know. And we've got the clear dice for air for our sun and Gemini. Happy birthday, Geminis. And we've got the moon and Leo, red for fire. Okay, we got 62, Judy Jude, 62, 6 and 2. I just saw, well, there's your 2 on the bottom. I did see the 17 of the star. You're in an energy to receive. I don't always get croquet straight away, but the little yard game, but that's like a social thing. It's a game that's not hard to play. But why am I seeing like a what's the game where they're on the horse and they rich people game? I don't know. Um it's like that, but it's croquet. Okay. Um let's see, you're coming in with that Ace of Pentacles to receive here. It looks like you are it's like a traveling energy holding that globe. I was on this side first. Um Peak. Something's coming to a peak. The situation, 5 of Swords, being driven by the 6 of Wands of victory after a long battle there. With the 5 of Swords saying like it's been a situation of maybe a lose-lose or kind of some childish energy, maybe a little bit of ego here showing up. Maybe this was like at a family gathering or something, and everybody's out in the yard playing croquet. And I mean, it feels very light or passing through very quickly. It's kind of like someone going nana nana boo boo that they won the croquet game. That's what that feels. Yes, polo. Thank you. Star being the opportunity, and 4 of Pentacles is coming up a lot. Oh, that's why. Okay, because Mars is newly in Taurus, which no, yeah, that would be 4 of Pentacles, 2, 3, 4. No, that's Capricorn. Hold on. So we got that in our full reading. Brandy got it. Creative got it. Where's And just look at the motherboard here. I didn't think so. So what I said about nothing being in Scorpio kind of applies here with nothing sitting in Capricorn. That energy is going to show up a lot. Opportunity, holding on to this star energy. So even if someone was acting like a brat, Judy, this is kind of like getting like jazz hands. I've never thought that on this card. It's like, go ahead and put on your little show. It feels very light. It's not, it doesn't bother you. Maybe you feel like someone's putting on a show or some kind of song and dance. Recent past, 8 of Pentacles, becoming an expert here, maybe on new beginnings here, the Fool. Okay, that being at the heart of the reading. Leo and Aries energy here, near future, Hermit. Recent past in the environment, manifesting here some kind of what's it called when like college kids come in and they learn the trade, but they're working for free. What is that called? You manifesting some kind of a new money opportunity, maybe, or apprentice energy. Feels like you're wanting to learn something new here. Where's this new leap of faith away from an old ingrained pattern, away from exhaustion or someone exhausting if they're a little bit of a braggart or a poor sport. Okay, so with Mars and Taurus, guys, that action energy is about kind of being the bigger person and think like a bull. Oh, bullseye. Think about the bulls just in the grass chewing their cud, mind their own damn business until somebody makes you see red. So maybe somebody like tried to kind of like make you see red and you're like, whatever. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get me fired up. Like something, you're not falling for something childish here. Or somebody being like a braggart. You're just not even bothering to call them out on it. You just kind of eye roll it. What's driving this Hermit in the near future? Ooh, diplomacy. You rolled your eyes. You're just like, whatever. Maybe where you would have said something before you didn't hear. You're like, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been up and down this staircase a few times. Let's see what the block is. Knight of Swords. Someone being an emotional lunatic. Someone running off at the mouth. What I say? But it's not. You didn't react to it. You're just like, whatever. I got my own thing going on. I'm going to focus on the beautiful day. I'm going to focus on this work and what I'm manifesting. The environmental energy, there's this full moon, and we see the blue moon there on the bottom. So this could be information coming in. Maybe someone you're like, why did they say that? What Spirit wants you to know is there will be another day here. 10 of Swords is a choice. Yeah, are you like ruminating here about something that something stupid somebody said? Jesus, try that. Say that 5 times fast. Driven by the 6 of Wands. No more. Yeah, it's just like kind of getting in your head about somebody running off at the mouth or being a sore winner, because Mars and Taurus is about good sportsmanship. Like, don't mess with the bull. You're going to get those horns. but you stayed cool, calm, and collective. What was driving that Ten of Swords? Yeah. Healed energy, laying down, someone that needed healing. So know that if someone did say something nasty, or you feel like, well, man, they didn't have to say it like that. Like, one sword would have been well enough, but it, like, could have escalated quickly. This could have been from just understanding that's an unhealed person. I know we talk about it all the time. I feel like you didn't fall for it though. Magician and the environmental energy. Maybe it made you sad for a minute, or maybe this is you releasing, because remember that turns into the Ace of Wands. You are releasing somebody else's victory that was smug, like a nana nana boo boo about some kind of victory here. And it might have hurt your feelings. Judgment call and Seven of Swords. So we can choose to focus on that, or we can see that that was an inevitable time. This recycled, this memory, this person, this beef, recycled so that you could be in an energy of not being bothered. You're focused here on where you're going next, what you're manifesting. I feel like you passed the test this time. Let's see what's with that Magician, Ace of Cups. So yeah, there's something healing, a love situation. This inevitable judgment's about an Ace of Cups. It's about making peace with somebody who is an emotional lunatic, and maybe you thought, like F, once in a blue moon, there's energy to come around. And there's the new start of potential. It's like not focusing on the bad anymore, walking away from the Three Cups so you can turn and move to your castle here, seeing the healing and the peace that can come from just allowing somebody a clean slate here. And 10 of Cups, walking away here from what was not peaceful before. Now there can be peace. Now, is this like an ex or something that was a dick and like kind of making amends? What's going on here, Jude? Well, hello, Sunray Angela. Happy Thursday to you. Happy date night. Happy date night. Judy. Chariot, a delivery of our heart's greatest intentions. Jupiter in Cancer there. The meeting of a literary society. Swords, brains. Maybe somebody feels like they kind of outworded you or upped you, and I think maybe you would have served them on their head on a platter back in the day, but it feels like it might have pissed them off even more if you weren't triggered by it, if you didn't react at all. That's the best, when someone's expecting you to be like, nanny nanny booby, this is going to really piss her off. And it's like, whatever, your energy's dead to me. Like, you don't affect me anymore. That makes me it's driving that chariot. A 1-to-1 connection here, that there was regret over in the past. What to say? This is changing, this dynamic. There's the karmic justice. Come on. Healing. Look at all these major arcana in a row. The temperance energy with that Ace of Cups, giving it love right back instead of the poison that it's, delivering. You're like, I learned a thing or two. Queen of Pentacles, she ain't bothered. She ain't bothered. And they see that there's this is someone offering love, offering apology, wanting a date, wanting to include you in their 10 of Cups. Somebody that walked away from a possible family situation before in the past. Did not, you learned from it here, like diplomacy, like I don't need to hang on to that. That was the old dream. I ain't mad about it anymore. Judgment call of justice because you flipped the energy there and didn't react. Look at all that beauty coming in. I like it. Can I get some context here for my justice back in the middle? I hope it's making sense. Love back in the middle. Hope that's making sense, Judy. You let a comment go? Okay. That's enough for the universe, though. So, hey, Sunray, Angela, are you wanting me to, if you want me to add you to the list, I see your hearts there, so I'm assuming so, but just confirm for me with a thumbs up or a yes if you'd like some cards pulled here. Context here for, feels like a King of Cups is coming in because it's like you learn the wisdom of this, and it's like the gifty love, temperance, delivering a heart's greatest intentions. It's like, okay, she ready. Not taking any steps or making effort towards a problem. What I say, you did like that. The universe doesn't care who that is or what that, like you, the fact that you bit your tongue and weren't baited by someone's ego, that's enough for the universe to be like, okay, here comes your gift. Yeah, conflict here and the environmental energy, something that was exhausting. Emotional struggle, disagreement, competition, right here, situation. Why they want to compete with you? Effort. Well, that's right here. Putting an effort to complete a task or reach a goal in order to achieve a desired outcome. The universe doesn't care because you you were inactive during a conflict. You didn't go there with them. You didn't react. You responded, or no response is responding, right? Because we weren't tricked into an emotional response. That's good enough for the universe, babe. This is like big, fast forward energy coming at you. Feel like Judy Jude's going to have a very interesting summer. Wow. Those Santa's coming to fill somebody's stocking. All right. But next, I hope that helped, Judy. Like, I feel like you didn't think it was any big deal at all, but the universe did. The universe thinks it's a real big deal. Yeah, we should. Let's make a phone date. We should do it. All right. Let's see what's happening here. Miss Peg. Then we've got Crystal. Thank you so much, Miss. We will take your rays of sunshine, Miss Angela. Great name, by the way. I'm Angela Dawn. So I'm always curious what other Angela's middle names are. Miss Peg here. All right. That one too? Okay. So those are two very different energies. It's like I'm managing to keep my love cup open even during some foolishness. Okay, Knight of Cups can be in love with love. That can be an emotional offering. Yeah, so it's like I still have love for this here. But the Ten of Pentacles is regarding a situation that has come to the Ten of Pentacles. It's reached its pinnacle of Pentacles. I don't know if somebody's FAFO in here within this family dynamic, but okay. So situation Five of Swords led by the Sword of Truth here, the Ace of Swords being 6, getting the truth, getting us to calmer waters here. If there was any conflict, it's minor. Opportunity, 9 of Wands, driven by the King of Wands. Fire, fire. So someone with a fiery personality, could be somebody very good looking, is like approaching you at a time of exhaustion with some kind of truth that changes a mental dynamic here. Seven of Swords in the recent past, Page of Wands at the heart of this energy, and Stella getting her groove back. Yeah, this is a person of my matching vibrational frequency here that's just as good looking as you. You match in physical appearance, meaning not like you look like twins or anything. It just means that you as good looking as the other person is. You know those dynamics, when people just look good together, right? Driving that Seven of Swords in the past is a Five of Cups of regret, where we don't want to have we don't want to have any regrets. Empress energy of surrender here at the heart of the environmental energy. So again, Venus is going to be in your first house here, honey. I know you're Cancer rising. A cat arguing with a mouse. That's what this feels like here. Because Five of Swords isn't something that lasts very long, but some kind of truth here from a King of Wands that is it's getting to calmer waters here. But there might be some kind, it might be like a lose-lose truth. Nobody wins in the Five of Swords, right? But that is Gemini energy, Mercury here. Airplane falling, uncovering our majestic power, mastering our lower natures, using our skills of focusing the mind. So focusing the mind on the calmer waters, getting there, staying in the energy of love for whatever has come to its culmination. Not a bad place to be at. We're definitely walking away from regrets. It's like I'm tired of being afraid of regret here, but the Venus energy is wanting you to throw this F-it stick, and definitely some connection here to Egypt. Queen of Wands is standing her ground. You're coming in as the Queen of Wands energy, which would be the Mars energy, the action, this confidence of not repeating a cycle, perhaps, or making sure that you're pouring back into you because your heart's open here. Your heart's cup is ready to receive this love that Venus is trying to bring in here. King of Swords in the environment. The block is the Knight of Wands. So in the upright, that's fast energy. So passion is being kind of tamped down right now. Some kind of King of Truth or a transformation here. That's Pluto energy in Aquarius. The dial is turned down right now. the pace is slowing. Okay, what spirit wants you to know? Frickin' sun. Okay, driven by the Nine of Pentacles, independence energy, pre-Empress energy. This is how you're getting to this Venus. Potential outcome, Ace of Wands, the magic stick, and then driven by the Seven of Pentacles, the seed that's already been planted here. 77 again, being the energy of temperance. Let me use some dice here. Judy, what was your number? Okay, air, peg, 4. Fire moon, 1, 41. 5 of change. I just pulled a 41 card. I think that was last night's. It'll be on a gray thumbnail. I believe 41 was in that. Okay, let's see what stars and dice are. Give me some more information here on 41. Society, the basis of order, and there's 4 sheep here. An organized group, community, assembly. The image of society is a family, okay, the smallest unit of organized society. Problems relating to the structure of a group or the distribution of roles within that group. You need to gain a clearer understanding of your status within that group. And it's like creativity to stimulate the people around you. Hand out roles. And then fulfill your role as the best you can. You can only focus on your own energy, your own happiness. This is like feeling like you have to micromanage everything, but we take away that tediousness when we focus on just our own happiness. Then you don't have to do that because it happens by proxy. Your vibrational frequency being that of the happiest card in the deck, abundance all around me. I've got status. Then we don't have to like force this situation into calmer waters. We won't be so exhausted. If you just focus on the sun energy here, what you want, focusing your energy and you doing you, and pushing back on anything that does not make you feel like you. Boundaries around your own personal time. That's what that is. This is Empress. It's all self-love, and this is about being curious. Okay. It's like exploration time here. We can't do everything for everybody. Sorry. Instead of doing everything for everybody, by you focusing on you, they just fall into line here. You don't have to do as much. Yeah, transformation of that waiting energy. And then death and transformation, 3 of Swords, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, Hermit. It's like I'm the king and the queen of the castle, but I'm more than just a pretty face. I've got wisdom here galore. And by you focusing on your solar plexus and your joy, not only does it bring happiness, less exhaustion, and lets them get themselves to calmer waters, then the money's coming here. Okay. And 41 being about community here, this is indicative of being a pillar of the community, of someone of high standing within the community. Death and transformation of a king of pentacles. So just in general, guys, king and queen of pentacles for me are like committed energies or long time partnerships of some kind. It could be just like I'm the boss at the office kind of energy. I feel like you're reviewing here your fear of heartbreak, and you're looking at it from a different point of view of what's needing to transform. What is needing to transform here? What is this potential outcome? The heart of the outcome. Death driving, King of Pentacles. Okay. There's the four-leaf clovers. The occurrence of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. There it is again. I can't quite get to it because of this community energy. It's dispersed, but that came in your dice to come together, collaborate, gather, and celebrate. And my red hand, my right palm is itchy. That's like money, abundance all around you. Your cup is ready here. What is this? Yeah, see? Surprise. That's that Uranus Kazemi. Ooh, Santa Claus filling your stockings furtively. It's happening at 10:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Knowing that the clear belief that the universe has your back, universal abundance. It's coming from the community in some way. That's happening in your 12th house of your soul's journey, honey. That's past life karma coming in to give you this gifty. Maybe the gift of independence, whatever this Ace of Wands is, that seed that's been planted. So the transformation and then money coming to you, that's the gift, the luck, the shock of that Uranus Kazemi tomorrow. Surprise. Anything else? That was fast. Yeah, you got an angel there. A well-intentioned person, divine protection and messages. Anything else? And I was looking right at the Empress and the Page of Wands there. And there's a little lantern. It's like someone gifting you money. Maybe this is someone older or money. Venus is abundance, right? Passionate, emotional connection between partners, often involving attraction, desire, and commitment. Opportunity for the King of Wands to come in when you turn into the Queen of Wands here in the near future. That confidence, that sunny energy. You're happy. If mama's happy, everybody's happy. That's the basic summary here. Mama's happy, everybody's happy. Lantern. Lantern. Lantern contains the star. I've been focusing on what your original dream is and the past regrets. That was in the past position, and that was driving 7 of Swords, walking away from feelings of regret. Fantastic. And as I'm talking about the star inside the lantern right there. Okay. Love bug might be coming to bite you on the ass there, Miss Peg. Might be someone within your community there. Don't overthink it. Yeah. Don't overthink the choice. Just go for it. Okay. Just go for it. Hope that was meaningful, or you know what I'm talking about. Kaylee! Hey girl, hey, Judy had 62. Oh, okay. And then that was the opposite of creatives who had 26. And that was this 26 card, the full spectrum, something coming back around. Again, that maybe, yeah, you learned your lesson on. You didn't get triggered by it. That just flipped on out. That's changed. You did not, you're like, can't catch me, can't catch me, can't catch my mouth. Right back at you. I'll just let you look dumb. All right. Just let people put their own feet in their mouths, right? You have juice. What kind of juice do you have? Why is that? Oh my gosh, you're so cute, Miss Kaylee. All right, I hope that helps you out there, Miss Peg. Okay, Crystal is up. Miss Crystal, are you? Where are you again, Kaylee? I can never keep track. You're on a beach somewhere. Diana's on a damn beach. Brandy's in Destin. Everybody's on a beach with me. Yet. Soon to be another couple months. All right. Miss Crystal. I don't know why I want to get to Lenormand first. Solution. Okay. So, a strategy or answer found to overcome a problem or challenge. And there's this book with a key on the top that says mystery, something vague, not fully understood, or concealed from knowledge. And then here's the answer, and you're finding it by either doing, I was just talking to Judy about changing, no, that was creative, I think, about changing up the way that we manifest. This is reminding me of that the 30 card in the energy oracle, the garden and the gate, because the key is around her neck. And that's all about deciding whether to use the key or not, whether to go outside of our comfort zone or not. Okay. We've got Queen of Wands there and strength, balanced energy. What does Crystal need to know? What's this all about here? Strategies going to soon be found here. I just posted a short today. It was about looking in a book where you ask a question, grab a random book, flip through the pages, and let your finger land That might be, wow. Okay, Crystal, you got some splaining to do, Lucy. Damn. Lovers and Two of Cups. Okay, we'll take that split. Mystery. All right. There we go. I see it. I want it. It's mine. Situation, Three of Pentacles, springboard. Stick you over here. Opportunity, more money, honey. Nine of Pentacles. King of Wands being driven by the Mercury, information, this message. Something concealed from knowledge is coming your way. I feel like, yeah, you're gonna find it. Do that look in the book trick there. Situation of Three of Pentacles being driven by a seed that you've already planted is coming up for harvest here. And the opportunity of Seven of Wands is protecting what you've already built here in this opportunity of the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, this is like when I notice the slippers, I don't always. This is kind of catching you by surprise here. Maybe it's coming sooner than you thought it would, because he's caught off guard because he had to run out of the house and defend this territory here by surprise, and he has two different shoes on. Awful lot of pentacles. Like everything's pentacles except the two wands cards, fire and earth. Okay. Recent past. Yeah. Oh, is that maybe where, yeah, someone that loved you just as much as you love them? Yeah. And the Hermit energy here at the heart of the reading, this gained wisdom here, this springboard or collaboration. It goes from 3 to 9 that fast. This is a opportunity like that just kind of comes out of nowhere here. Yeah, comes out of nowhere. It brings a lot of healing. Maybe you'll see a dove as a sign or a lotus. But I don't normally go right to the, I went right to the pink fingernails. Pink fingernails. Maybe this is the person making the offer. They see your wisdom. They're like, oh, I think Crystal was asking about this or curious about this. This springboards you here. You told somebody somewhere you were interested in something and they're thinking of you. And they're like, didn't Crystal say express some interest in this? And you're just like, damn. Catches you by surprise. Yeah, you don't know about this yet. Near future, Queen of Pentacles, more freaking money energy. Empress, Venus, abundance. Come on, near future. Coming from this love, this peaceful heart vibe. Okay. Block, Queen of Wands being driven by the Eight of Wands. The communication hasn't come yet. You don't know about this yet. I don't know why I keep looking to that gate, the garden and the gate, and you have the key. Maybe there's a key inside a book. I got journey and I got love underneath that. So what kind of catches you unawares is this is a person coming in to match your frequency. You're coming in as the King of Wands. and this communication is coming from a vibrational frequency that matches yours. We saw the Two of Cups and the Lovers on the split. And we've got Ace of Cups, renewal or new love here. Maybe after a long time of not. There's an awful lot of black, which is void of color, all of a sudden getting very colorful. Life's about to come at you fast. What Spirit wants you to know, here's the damn offer. Six of Pentacles. Okay, driven by, yeah, like what I say, it comes at you fast. That's the fastest night. Like, so, like this vibrational match come, like, I think it catches you unawares. Okay. Outcome, Sun. Now you're back in your vibrational frequency again. Okay. You're feeling like you again. Good. Thanks, Ange. Yeah. There's a completion of a cycle here. This is Saturn. This is Saturn's reward. This is Daddy Saddy giving you the reward here of this happiness. Like, it makes you feel like a kid again. Successful completion of a cycle. Yeah, you've done the work here. You've done the transformation. This is a tangible 3D offer, honey. The scales of justice are balanced in this deck. I don't know if this is a person coming towards you. Maybe they have a child already, and that might be surprising. Sun, Devil, Four of Pentacles. Someone very tempting. I mean, but Sun, Six of Swords. There's the calmer waters. Running with the Devil. Setting down the burden of like what you've been chained. Okay, I know what this is. It's like when we think we have to, like, that earning is hard work and laborious, and we've just got to put in the hours, right? Not so. Happiness and getting our energy calm, that self-love here after a long time of like being on your own or feeling like you kind of been walking through the dark here. The much easier way is simply to balance and to surrender to the fact that it's already coming, that it's already yours. And when we focus on the love, the pentacles fall from the sky, like clearly they are here. What's this pattern or habit you are ending? Okay, so I don't know if there was a choice there in the past. That's the sister energy. That's the opposition. What are the Four of Pentacles? Okay. Is this somebody else that's held on to the argument or to the jealousy, strife, and competition? It's like, no, I just knew how to manage my money, how to change my mindset of I don't always have to be doing. Receiving is the best way to get more of those pentacles. Receiving is the better way, surrendering to the love, right? The cup. Now you got Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, then the pentacles fall from the sky. Honey, this is partnership all over this. Lovers, Four of Wands, and maybe somebody that wrestled with their own wish fulfillment in the past or wouldn't allow themselves to receive. 99 problems, but what ain't one? blocking out your own happiness here or holding too hard onto things. It's like just going with the flow and realizing that literally the hardest work is just achieving your own happiness. Then it's not physically laborious. You don't have to put in hours upon hours upon hours. When we surrender and accept the love that we've so freely given here. I mean, they're just not here yet. This is a vibrational frequency of someone that's as passionate as you are. This is the duality of the lovers. The reward for ending the pattern is a vibrational match here of love. It's been a journey. There it is. And there's the unexpected news. Communication, possible reconciliation. I don't have a 6 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is new, but it's you might feel like you've known them forever here with that Lover's energy. I don't have Judgment or Temperance, but this feels like yeah, you'll just know. John Lennon. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Yeah, you don't see this coming. This is a good blindside though. This is a good one. Let's see, let's roll for Crystal here. What does she need to know from the sun and moon? Air and fire, 43, which is a 7 of the Chariot, a delivery of our heart's greatest intentions. 43, and we did see the 7 of Pentacles. Here's the situation. Yeah, this has been this has been lined up for you, babe. 43. And looks like you're getting in the energy of receiving it. So that's how it comes at you. Yeah, celebration. The ceremony of order. 4 is organization. 3 is activity. 7 is perfection. When an activity is perfectly organized, it calls for a celebration. A banquet, a joyful act of ceremony. Yeah. Allow yourself a joyful, extravagant, and perhaps even wasteful expense as a way of dissipating an accumulated surplus. Yet, this state of grace, which you experience either as a spectator or as a participant, will be temporary. You should nonetheless give yourself the chance to live it out fully. Now's the time to embellish your surroundings. That's Venus energy. Buy your damn self the flowers. Now is the time to embellish your surroundings and design a new order of beauty and joy. What counts most of all is to not let yourself become obsessed by appearances. Forever transitory, these will disappear as swiftly as they came in. But like any celebration, it's one that affects you deeply and reminds you that life can be a happy, festive occasion. So, outcome energy in this dice says, be joyful is the advice. Spend your time, energy, and money on whatever strikes your fancy. Have a celebration. I'd say. I'd say. And this is definitely an unexpected thing. I like it, girl. You're going to have to let me know what that is when it gets there. See you, Miss Bag. Oh, tell Miss Leilani congratulations. That's awesome. Oh, I know. You can breathe now. Woo! Yay, Bag. Go, Bag. Nice. I love it. I love that for you. Tell her I said congratulations, please. That's a feat in itself these days. All right. And we got, yeah, who you? Yes, you, Crystal. It be you, girl. It be you. All right. I don't think we heard back from Angela and Kaylee. I don't know if you put any hearts in or not. There she is, ferocious ambition. Hear your ears burning. Ah, let's see. I'm right. You're so welcome, Judy Jude. Absolutely. Kaylee's on her juice. I love date night too. Aw, I appreciate you too, Crystal. Appreciate you. I see your hearts there, Miss Monica. All right. Okay, puzzle pieces. Restoring to an original state. An effort to fix or repair there on the bottom of the deck. Did I roll an 81 earlier for you today? I think I did. Okay. I already forget what 81 is. Okay, there you are, Kaylee. All right, I'll get Miss Monica, and then I got you, Kaylee, and we'll be finished up for the night, I think. I love date night too. Okay. Miss Monica, Four of Swords, healing. I can't ever pull cards for you without getting the levers. Okay, and okay, so healing, our repair card here with the puzzle pieces, which for me is temperance energy. And at the bottom of that, security, unwavering support, and lasting friendship. Ma. Okay. Situation. Three of Swords, driven by the Ace of Pentacles. What is the gift of this healing here? So in this energy, these are the three swords here. And then there's an Ace of Swords of Truth. So this is about healing of the heart, the voice, and the intuition. And when this person is ready to grab their sword of truth, that's when their healing is complete. Otherwise, we're still there on that bed in the Three of Swords until we see it's time to grab our Ace of Swords, and then that's driven by the Ace of Pentacles. And we do have choice coming in here driving that healing. Okay, opportunity. Hanged Man energy, 12. Seeing doing a 180 or seeing something from a higher perspective of someone who is wishy-washy here or out of balance, juggling the most, doing too much. Two ships there, ships for me are my soulmate energy. The opportunity to put the lemniscate back into balance when we see something from a different perspective. Recent past, Page of Swords, driven by the Knight of Swords. Page of Swords can just simply be an observer. It can be spying energy, driven by the Knight of Swords here. Gemini. We did already have Mercury and Gemini. We just started the Sun in Gemini. So today's Sun energy is a glass-bottomed boat in still water, uncovering fresh, new dimensions of life. And you weren't here at the top, but we pulled the transformation card here. It's a 53, the 8 energy. See how that's womped or it's missed it's 53 would be 5 on one side, 3 on the other. So there's an imbalance there. And we've got to get our own energy in balance here to do this 180 or to see this imbalanced energy from a higher perspective. Okay. Heart of the reading, 8 of Pentacles, driven by a new leap of faith. So the energetics of the whole reading here is becoming an expert here about healing the 3 of Swords. And guys, 3 of Swords, especially driven by this gift, the 3D tangible newness offer here, time, money, energy, resources, effort. Okay. The gift of healing the fear. These are just swords. It's just thoughts. The gift of healing the fear of heartbreak. Okay. What is the truth here that you're observing, or that you have observed a truth from childhood, even because that's the youngest of the pages? That's freshman page. And then the Knight page is the freshman Knight. That's information coming at you fast. But because the 3 of Swords is here, I mean, the page, that's the last page I would want regarding a love situation, because they're a freshman. They know nothing about love. They're just observing this past pain. And up here in this stained glass window is a mother and child. What this reading is all about is putting in the work for a new leap of faith. And look how she's got her eyes on her happiness there. She's reaching for the sun. And we've talked about the Fool card before, because the whole point is to leap without knowing where it's going to land you. It's having the faith that what you want is coming for you. You just got to leap into that hole of the unknown here in order for the sun to be given to you tangibly. That's what we're working on, healing this fear of heartbreak, because it's just a fear. The reward, the 3D reward of it, is getting that pentacle through it, like the croquet, getting it through the goalpost. And you can't play if you don't join the game. Near future, 10 of Cups, happy family card. That's what we're seeing from a new perspective here. The 10 of Cups, bookending the Page of Swords, who knows nothing about love. That could be healing a childhood vision of love, because especially with the Uranus surprise, Kazemi, early tomorrow morning, that is about, like, is this delusion or is this delicious? What I write? Dreamy or Delulu? And then we have the Kazemi at 10:30 tomorrow morning, which is like when the big hand and the little hand clink glasses. That's the surprise lightning bolt energy. Driven by the 10 of Cups is this manifestation. So that's waiting on the 10 of Cups to come to you. And the 10 of Cups, and that shadow element, that could be like, that's the white picket fence. That's the hat that does not exist. That's from the outside of, okay, it's the house on the outside. We're seeing that from a new perspective of inside the house. Okay, 3 of Wands, just sitting there waiting for your ship of your 10 of Cups to come in. Not when our own yin and yang is at a 5 and 3. We got to get them at a 4 and 4. Let's see what the block is. Yeah, 7 of Swords and the Tower. You're trying to avoid a tower. So these are in the block positions. The Seven of Swords and the shadow element that can be righted, and it's upright. That's doing something out of character for the best and highest good of everyone. And this is Mars energy, Scorpio and Aries energy. That's sudden, unexpectedly. You're trying to walk away from a tower here, but the Seven of Swords in shadow is sneaking away in the night. And this is a nighttime scene here, and I just mentioned Uranus surprise because that's the lightning bolt. Haven't seen that combination in a while. Okay, more healing 77 with the 14 of temperance energy. That's using the wisdom of tempering that wisdom in, or that pain into wisdom of the heart, the fear of heartbreak. What Spirit wants you to know is you're spoiled for choice here. And the Seven of Swords is walking away from choices. Like, he's walking back to the past, and the future's this way, and driving that. Yes, we're trying to avoid a tower, but we're holding on, we're coveting, we're clinging to it. And the Seven of Cups in its shadow, especially because it's by the Seven of Swords, is going to be holding on to something that's already falling. The roof. We don't need no water like the mother. You know what year that came out. A tower over this choice. Trying to avoid making a choice. The Seven of Cups is emotional fragmentation, being driven by I'm hanging on to confusion. Like, I don't know which one to choose here. But by walking away from making a choice, that is the choice, right? So we're still choosing. I know that's a tough one. The world is, that's daddy saddy. You either get an ass whipping. I was just talking to you about that. Or, and I talked about the tower, they get more and more intense. Saturn is trying to close out a cycle successfully, but we're hanging on to it. Yeah. There's the Delulu moon energy of confusion, confusion, confusion. Okay, well, do we want to pet the dog of loyalty, or do we want to? There's the blue moon energy. 14 is temperance. That's the blue moon in Sagittarius this month on the 31st. Full moon in Sagittarius, blue moon on the 31st. Now, Sagittarius is the ninth house of spirituality, higher learning. This is a big lesson, a high lesson. It's the house of long distance travel. Not really seeing any travel cards, maybe other than manifesting that ship. I'm waiting on this to come to me. It doesn't work like that. And what Spirit wants you to know here is that you need to you need to choose. Okay. Trying to avoid a tower by not choosing, but that closure cycles come in anyway. So it depends on whether we want a spanking, not the fun kind, from Daddy Saddy, or an ass kicking from the tower to yank us if we don't willingly jump. Moon, 4 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. What I say? And then the 4 of Cups of like crossing our arms, emotional dissatisfaction here of this confusion. And that's Jupiter trying to spin the Wheel of Fortune, but you got to get clear here on what you're hanging on to. Why? World, 5 of Cups. There's your minor arcana, and then 6 of Wands, victory, when we are settled in our yin and yang evenly, when that's a 4-4 and not a 5-3 split, then divine timing is activated for victory. But if we are still focusing on the 3 cups that have been spilt, instead of doing the 180 opportunity of walking towards the 2 cups over the bridge into the castle, then we will stay here. You'll stay looking. There is dissatisfied with the 3 of Cups. And what's driving that is staring at the 3 cups. Yeah, that way. Staring down at it. And then present day here, the wheel can't turn in our favor for this victory until you turn in your own favor. Even out this energy, we've got the 2 ships bookended here and the external energy outside of you competing. That's a choice. Your choice to 180. That's how to make a tower work for you and not, that's the puzzle piece of Temperance there, alchemizing that 2 of Cups. I got authority, the ability to control or influence the actions and decisions of others. And then quest, an unclear state of search for an effort to achieve a goal. That's literally, we don't know what the goal is. We don't know what the search is gonna upend. The tower's here. Okay. Any advice left here in this Lenormand tarot energy? Fives. There was 6. 5 of change. Insatiable, tendency to hide or conceal. So mice are all about, oh, look at that. And there's a balsamic moon, which is a healing moon. There's healing all over the place here. That's the block. I just don't know what's hiding or concealing. And it's like the wheel of cheese. Okay. The wheel of cheese. We're so cryptic on this one. Balance and harmony, the harmonious working together of different parts, tasks, or people. Finding our own harmony here. And then we've got you're stopping the harmony here, walking away from being spoiled for choice because of the dark. We don't know where we're leaping, and that's the whole point. Potential outcome here is if we keep focusing on the spilt milk, then we're going to keep those 3 cups in front of us and not see the cup on offer from the universe that the Wheel of Fortune's trying to bring in here for victory. And this says rejecting, not wanting, not accepting, or disregarding. Are we disregarding our healing or disregarding harmony? Okay. After that, the desired, sought after, or intended situation to be found or achieved. And it says target. We don't get major arcana comes in here with this choice to heal or not, with this fear of the fear of heartbreak. That's where the tangible 3D reward comes from, is from healing that imbalance. And then we don't see any other major arcana until the leap of faith, the world, the tower, and the moon, all towards the ending. But if we keep trying to walk away from this tower, then we still, that's what it is, the 44 of, okay, the 4 of, and you had the 4 of swords. That is the Sagittarius blue moon. That's at 4 degrees, 44 minutes on the 31st of 4. 4s are emperor energy. That's about ownership, leadership, taking action, creating our own structure. Okay. It's all 4 kings. It's all the fixed signs there. Oop. In the puzzle, the repair, correcting, restoring, getting back to your original state, your original puzzle. Okay. So what that means when there aren't a lot of major arcana in a reading, is that like universal energies are waiting on you, because all minor arcana, or a majority of minor arcana, mean that that's process. You're still in the processing stage. 444 for the blue moon. Yeah. Yeah, not crazy. And if you missed it, Kaylee, I mentioned that last night on the 20th, which is Scorpio's power card of judgment. That was a day that added to 35. Oh, we have 53 for transformation here today. That was our flyer. 35 years ago was 1991, which was a 10-10 portal year. And then that breaks down to a special path of notoriety. And then if you missed it, Kaylee, I said last night at 11:33, the nodes of fate in Pisces and the south node of karma were sitting at 4 degrees 44. So I feel like that nodes of fate is definitely tied to the Sagittarius blue moon on the 31st. Long story long. And then all those 4s, Monica. Come on. Hey, Monique, how are you? How you doing, girl? Sensational. Ooh, ooh. The original. Just saw the Hierophant. Ms. Kaylee. Okay. And we do have Venus at 4 degrees today. This is exactly where Venus is squaring Neptune at 4 also. 4 Neptune, 4 Aries, and 4 Cancer and Venus. It's about structures. So guys, remember, if you have a piece of graph paper, you make 4 dots, 4 points of reference. yes, we can. That's the first time we can make a more stable structure than if we had three dots. Yes, a trine flows, but it's like a three-legged stool, right? It's not going to be as stable as those four dots. But what emperor energies or fixed signs have to learn about is that it's also those four dots the first time that you can create a circle. So that's about learning the art of surrender. Masculine energies are here to heal their divine feminine energy. And divine masculine energies that's what I just said. Divine masculine energies, emperor energies are here to heal their feminine and surrender, accept, release control. And empress energies are here to heal their divine masculine energy, about taking action. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. Sunny beaches, male or female. It's which side of that lemniscate do we need to balance? What do we have too much of, right? Too much control, too much emperor energy would mean a need to embrace the feminine. Heal, it means healing the yin. All right, Miss Kaylee. I hope that helped. I don't know that it did, Monica, but 444 is pretty crazy. Okay. Since her and I are always talking about the figure eight. So Miss Kaylee, what does Kaylee need to know with the sun in the air dice with Gemini and the moon in Leo with the fire? Kaylee, 53. That's our card. 53. Right there. Transformation. Okay. And then my magic falling apart because it's so old. The sad part is it's 18 years younger than me and it's completely falling apart because I got it when I was 18. It was a gift when I was in New Zealand. It's one of my earliest divination tools. 53 is repetition, and look, it's showing the ocean, Kaylee. The tide goes in, the tide goes out. Yin, yang, right? Okay, repetition is unity of 5 and 3 of movement. And then the 8 is repetition, right? Goes in. Oh, I'm going to squeezy. In and out. The tide tirelessly washes in and out over and over again, forever the same. What the tide repeats is nevertheless always different. Everything seems to indicate that we're dealing with a repetitive situation here. You seem to be unconsciously duplicating the same gestures, ideas, and behavior patterns, giving you that strange sensation of deja vu again and again. This, of course, is one of the symptoms of boredom. And explaining why you must pay strict attention to these elements of repetition cropping up in your life. This house also spells out the need to come back to something for a do-over. What you're going through must be repeated since you've not fully assimilated it. Do not get discouraged. This stage is inevitable before proceeding to the next. We don't get a step away from our lessons. They'll just come right back around again. Especially tower lessons, and they come right back around again. Inevitable judgment. As we're talking about the portal. Yeah, we don't get to step away from those towers. Like that's the whole point, is to transform because of them, whatever was the faulty foundation. All right, Miss Haley, 9 of Pentacles, independence, situation, 3 of Wands, and opportunity, 4 of Wands. I like the progression. Okay, waiting for that ship to come in. You put your manifestation out from a place of independence there. Okay, stability. This independence was an inevitable judgment call. So if you're repeating something, retrace your steps. Be willing to restart, perfect, redo, repeat, and reshape what you have done. As if on cue. So it's inevitable judgment call. I don't know if you skipped a step here toward independence, but yeah, the opportunity for this Three of Swords in a one-to-one commitment of some kind, whatever label that you put on it. You are waiting for that next ship to come in intuitively, but I don't know if that's news to someone else or not. The judgment call of independence is we need to do this from a place of balance. That's not going to cause additional hurt. Okay. In the past, 10 of Cups, happy family, driving more independence here. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, recent past. And then we've got 99 here today. This reading is a 9-day, which the sister energy is of the moon. 99 problems, but what ain't one? Another 9. The whole heart of the reading is about a cycle repeating. Okay. So yeah, a pattern, as if a pattern of, see how they have their hands over their solar plexus, over your third chakra, of repeating a pattern of blocking your own joy for the sake of what a family structure looks like from the painted fence on the outside. What's the heart of the reading here? Diplomacy, King of Cups. And here's a pattern. This feels like I would need to redo with diplomacy and a balance of fairness here. I just said, for a reason, for someone, like when we earn our way into something long term, we also have to earn our way out of it, meaning that there has to be a reconciliation of what we learned, what we were thankful from learning from this person. What's this pattern here? Repeat and repeat, the death cycle, like restarting over and over again, but the pattern is still the same in this one-to-one dynamic. And it always ends in somebody being pissed off or somebody gets their feelings hurt. But the situation is what we're secretly manifesting here. If you want this judgment call, if you want to really fully step into that independent energy of 9 of Pentacles, it's going to that's going to require this 4 of Wands. The only thing in 4 of Wands, the last deacon of Aries right now, is Chiron the healer. And that's about employing devotion and veneration, which is great, high respect. You got to earn your way out of this union with high respect, with gratitude for the lesson learned, so that if it's done, let the pattern be done, because it's like this hurt keeps recycling, and it's like I really just want something new all along, but then why are we going back to it to continue to repeat the pattern when it requires that we cover up our own wish fulfillment? This is about transforming. This feels like generational. I don't think we ever really understand what that is. Yeah, mother energy here. in the block, Queen of Pentacles, driven by the Mother Empress. Remember that the Queen of Pentacles is a derivative of the Empress, and the derivative of the Queen of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm using calculus terms on you. That just another way to think about it is the Russian nesting dolls, right? They start with a big one, and then there's a little one inside, and a little one inside, and a little one inside. That's what it's one start with a big thing, then that derives into this, and that creates this, so on and so forth. The block here, whatever's coming up for judgment and repeating again regarding the smallest nesting doll here, we got 1, 2, 3, the mother driving the mother, which is on the block, the abundance on the block, driving the daughter. It feels like a generational cycle. And what Spirit wants you to know is there's information here in the 3D communication. With communication, we don't have to repeat that pattern. If you truly want this independence, it can be done. It needs to be done in a way where we earn our way out. I don't know if this is making any sense to you, but my ears squeezing really hard. Thank you, Spirit. What's driving this receiving of the information, receiving the gift, receiving the message? Driving that is the Two of Swords, willful blindness. Book ending 22s here around a King of Cups, another frickin' 4. Outcome energy, 7 of Cups, driven by Ace of Wands. With that being driven, surrounding the devil here of patterns, this is like emotional fragmentation. I'm not happy. I'm having to cover up that happiness in order for this to look good on the outside from the picket fence point of view. And that's a pattern. I don't know if that's generational in your family where it was like just the mom just sacrificed everything and then was like, well, I don't have time to make my own choices. It's willfully blind to what the lesson is. Like, I need to receive this. This is like mother and child here again. I don't feel like this is like secret energy. I don't feel like you're even aware. Or if we want to really truly be done with the pattern, it requires this diplomacy here. It requires calmness, forgiveness, maturity, wisdom. The King of Cups is very fair. It requires fairness and communication here. 7 of Cups, 5 of Wands, jealousy, strife, competition, reunion, and then it just on again, off again, on again, off again. I'm shocked we didn't see the Two of Pentacles. Jealousy, strife, and competition. I mentioned all 4 kings being the Emperor, which is all the fixed signs, the stubbornness. This is Leo energy, another fixed sign. Argument over what the dream is. One person being the ball hogger or wanting all the glory. And they're supposed to be working on a team for the star. So if this is not a team that we want to be on, This emperor's for an emperor to bring a 5 of Wands, it's lame. Okay, so this is a masculine energy in the environment that's not surrendering, that's not accepting something. And here's 6 of Cups driving the 3 of Cups. So then we're starting back at the 9 of Cups again, where that means that requires you cover up your own happiness for the good of everybody else. But here he comes back wanting you to do just that. Is this like, are they guilting you? Give me more. Yeah, this repetition. It's not changing. Near future, devil driven by death. That's trying to end. Okay, so solution, a strategy or answer found to overcome a challenge. As I'm looking at what this pattern is, I got devil again, and that's like a little kid devil. This pattern has come generationally. The hard part is always just trying to figure out what that pattern is. Yeah, it's like they don't even know they're doing it, but it is a childish pattern from their childhood as well. Dead end. It's just going to repeat, babe. A place or condition where things must stop or the options have been exhausted. Literally near future, and it repeated in a whole other deck. I still don't know what's going on with you in your story, but you're still trying to figure it out. Okay. Let me get an advice card for you, babe. Well, advice, retrace your steps, revisit places you've already been, be willing to restart, perfect, redo, repeat, and reshape what you've done, confront and banish boredom, and analyze your daily routine. Let me get a angel message for you, Kaylee. And again, lots of minor arcana on the yin side, just going through the motions of things. Angel advice for Kaylee, please. Finish us out. Well, you already be doing that. Adventure. Life is an adventure. Be ready for the unexpected and make the most of all options. The angel wisdom suggests you get out of any habits. I'm sorry, it's just repeating, or ruts in which you are stuck. Do things that are different and face life with a sense of wonder. If the path ahead seems dark, do as you would do if you were exploring a dark place. Ask your angels to light up the way. Then watch for the signs and signals that tell you where and how to go. Explore the new with excitement and courage. These magnetic qualities attract money and career openings and add zest to relationships. The angels are inspiring you to move forward with anticipation, expectancy, and hope. And then underneath that, there was synchronicity in the reverse. And it says all things happen in perfect timing as the affirmation. But if we got to finish out a lesson properly, we have to complete an ending properly with forgiveness and with respect and honor. And this is the end of our one-to-one union, but that has to be in a way where a cycle then won't repeat for the next generation. Got hope there right at the bottom, which is literally the energy of the start card. hope, healing, insight. But doing it the same way all over again it's literally the same exact result twice when two different decks, babe. I know that's nobody can tell you what that is either. It's like the whole point of those big lessons is figuring them out. What's the damn lesson, spirit? I know. I know. I hope that helped at least a little bit there. I know 35 and 53 is pretty freaking cool. 88, 16 tower. Gotta fix the foundation or just let it fall and start your own foundation. Take an adventure, but you never have a problem with that. All right. Mikey Lemon Trees. Oh, good evening, Terrorista. Oh, I love that. Is that like a barista? But a Terrorista. I love that. You caught us at the tail end here. I've already stayed too long at the party, but that's okay. As I say that, 244. 44 has been coming out all over the dang place. Well, we are here every Thursday at 6 o'clock for our subscriber date night. So I look forward to having you back then, and I'll get some cards out if that is what you would be after. Happy to do it. But since you are here, definitely would look back at the general reading because, especially no matter what time you pop in the live, there's something in there for you. Okay. There's a reason you found us. All right. Well, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here. I will see you next Thursday for date night. And thank you for your support of the new readings I was trying with songs this week and trying to do little shorter daily divination dives for you. So I'll see you on the next one. You have a lovely night as well and take care, yous. Bye, guys.